I'm Charlie. I'm 48 years old and I'm feeling completely lost. I've been staring at this camera for the last 5 minutes going, do I really, really, really want to make a video of myself in this position? I don't even know what I'm doing. I don't even know why I'm starting a YouTube channel. And I don't really know what to say. You know, this is completely unscripted. This is real. And I'm in a right mess. This isn't going to be like a motivational channel. This isn't going to be like me saying, you should do this, you should do that. This is just me at the bottom going, what the hell am I going to do? I have got to start my whole life all over again. And I haven't got a clue how to. Um, you know, 3 weeks ago, I was living in Bristol. I had a business that was earning me a lot of money. I had a beautiful girlfriend. I had a little family. I was just starting to get a foothold up there. You know, I hadn't been up there that long. And now I am living on my mate's driveway down in Tiverton in a camper van. And I have nothing. I have no business. I have no girlfriend. I have no little family. And I suppose that I am starting this channel really, well, to connect with other people because I'm lost, to share experiences with other blokes who are my age or anyone really who have found themselves at the bottom. Um, you know, moving forwards, I've got to try and start my business again, so I kind of want help with that. Um, and I just want to try and show people that when you're at the bottom, you know, this is how it is. And if I can move through this period of my life intact and keep my mental health stable and all that sort of thing, then if that's helped someone, if that's helped someone who's at the bottom where I am right now, then like that, you know, that's me doing a good deed. It's me giving something back. You know, this isn't a motivational channel. This isn't a channel of like, you should grab it by the balls and you should, you know, take control of your life and you should aim to, you know, you don't need a woman and you should be this hyper masculine man who doesn't get phased by anything. I am completely broken. My heart's been broken completely. And like I haven't got any energy or any I haven't got anything in the tank. You know, I've in this grieving period, right, where my head is so fuzzy, you know, that I can't think logically. This is what I mean about I'm starting a YouTube channel and I have no logic in my head because I'm consumed by grief. You know, um, I wake up every day thinking about her, thinking about what I could have done differently, thinking about regrets, thinking that I have all the answers now to fix my relationship when it's gone. Um, you know, I feel like 3 weeks ago my life split, and there's a version of me living in Bristol, my best life, and now I'm me here in this universe now, living this life, and it doesn't seem real. Um, I can't switch my brain off. I feel lonely and I feel scared and I feel frightened and I feel completely lost. You know, I, nobody, nobody prepared me for this. And, you know, and I don't know how to cope with it. What have I learned already in the 3 weeks that like I built my identity and my life around one person. I've moved all of my life. I sold my house, you know, I moved my life up to Bristol, and I, you know, I built my life around one person, and like, you know, maybe that was foolish of me, but I did it, you know, because that's who I am. I wear my heart on my sleeve. And it, you know, all came crashing down, and now I found myself living in a van on my mate's driveway, and I don't actually know who I am anymore. I've been in relationships for like 20 odd years, and like, you know, my whole entire life was based around this person who was in a relationship, and now I'm on my own. You know, I'm on my own, and I don't know what to do, and yeah. And you know, looking forwards, you know, I don't ever want to be this dependent or that dependent on some one person or a relationship again. So I suppose I'm asking for help and support from anyone who watches this video, to help me get through it. You know, I'm not blaming anyone. You know, if I'm being really, really honest, there were things that, you know, I have past traumas, you know, so, you know, I wasn't perfect in that relationship in any way whatsoever. And, you know, I'm trying to live this moment without hate or blame or like, you know, selling myself as like, you know, this victim of like a, you know, a nasty woman when I wasn't. You know, I was, you know, I've had past traumas, and like I didn't know how to deal with them, and like nobody ever gave me a blueprint of how to live my life, with these scars, traumas, whatever. So, you know, I'm just trying to understand where I'm at, because like, you know, where do I go from here? You know, I've got to try and find energy from somewhere to find work. I've got no work, you know, I've got no business. I've got some savings, but like, I don't really want to spend all those. Am I going to go and have to get a job in a factory when I've been running my business for 20 years? I don't know if I want to do that. You know, what kind of life do I actually want in the future on my own? You know, and it's, you know, I've got my the only thing that like that's giving me massive hope at the moment is my beautiful dog Elvis, which, you know, in following videos you will meet him, and you know, he is my world now, and he is the best little dog that I could ask for. You know, I want to be honest and real and authentic. This isn't, I'm filming on my Pixel 7a. I haven't got a camera, I've got a microphone, I haven't got anything like that. You know, this is just raw. And this is about one bloke's journey with his dog on trying to rebuild from the ashes of a beautiful situation that I didn't want to leave. I can't be the only bloke out there feeling like this. I can't be the only bloke who's going through this, and I can't be the only bloke who will be able to give any advice to anyone else. This is just me, you know. For example, you know, last Thursday I went to something called Talk Club, which is where like a group of men get together and talk about their problems. And I walked in that room and I didn't know anyone there. And you know, my turn came around, and you've got to give a what do you feel out of 10? You know, and I said 1.5, and then I gave my story about what happened, and I just started crying in front of a room full of blokes, and it was like, it was probably one of the most difficult things I've ever done. So, but following on from that, this is why I'm starting this channel, because like I want to be honest, and I want to show people the bad days and the good days, and share what I learn along the way, and you know, and see where I end up. So if one person feels um, less alone after watching this video, or you want to comment and you want to help me out and you want to ask advice, I mean, you know, I'm not an expert. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a, you know, motivational speaker. You know, I'm bumbling my words. I've never made a video before, ever, of myself talking on a phone. I've started smoking again. You know, I'm at the bottom and I need help. And if there's anyone out there who can help me, I'd really appreciate it. So yeah, so what else can you expect from this channel? I don't know. I'm a poet, so you'll see some poetry shorts. you might see, you know, I'm going to be designing business flyers, all that sort of thing, just trying to put the pieces together. And I've decided that, like, if I can do one positive thing a day, and that, even if that is just making a video, even if that is like, you know, trying to figure things out, then, like, you know, I'm going to put it on here. But I'm reaching out. I'm reaching out to you people out there who are in similar situations to me. And yeah, the thing I'm struggling with the most at the moment is accepting that it's all happened. So this is Charlie. This is my channel, one van, one dog and me. And you'll meet the rest of the team later on, which is my van and my dog. So yeah, this is me signing off. This is my first video, and yeah, so this is me signing off and saying see you later.